What was it? Okay.
Villanova is not only a school but a family. So people that come here will feel at home, and it's not just go to school and learn, it's go to school, make friends, learn, and grow.
Academics at Villanova, they're more than just going to class. Since there's such a variety that you can choose from, it always feels like you're learning something you want to learn. So you're always inclined to learn something new.
School activities bring us together because it brings us as a community, and we get to know each other more. And it doesn't matter what grade we're in, we all get to be together as one.
Everyone here feels like a big family. Everyone's really welcoming, and just to be able to come to school is just it's like another home.
Villanova not only has so many extracurricular activities to offer, but they also have amazing teachers that want the best for their students and provide a great education for the students.
We act as a family at Villanova. There's so many different clubs and different sports teams that you just meet new people.
STEM is a program at Villanova which is science, technology, engineering, and math. It may seem intimidating because personally I thought STEM was just for people who are very smart, but it is really fun and I've learned so many amazing things from it.
Me personally, when I got to high school, I really liked sciences, and that's something I really knew I wanted to specialize in. Villanova allowed me to focus all my courses around specifically sciences, like I took biologies, chemistries. It really allows me to do work that I want to do and work that I know I'm going to use after high school.
Anybody who doesn't know what they want to do going into high school, they could take a variety of courses that we have to offer. We have so many different things that you can do at this school, and then find out what you really love, and that's the beauty of having so many different options.
The high school's program at Villanova basically lets you specialize or focus on one field. I picked information communications technology. After you graduate high school, you'll get a seal that will give you a step ahead of other tech students when you're applying to college or university. It gives you the real life, real world experience that you would want.
When I first heard about the Hockey Academy, I thought this is going to be a great opportunity to improve on my skills. I get to learn new friends and meet new people.
You do so many fun things here and you meet a lot of people. It's a really fun experience, and also you get really good at hockey.
At a Catholic school, we have the joy of starting our day with morning prayer, and we have the opportunity throughout the year to attend and celebrate Mass together, share our Catholic faith with one another, and all that we do, the faith is woven into our education.
Well, High School's program is a program for our school that helps people with special needs to get through everyday education. It's very welcoming in that, sure, at first you'll be shy, but once you get knowing your surroundings, you will develop into a better student and you will be more interactive.
Welcome to St. Thomas of Villanova and our first and hopefully only virtual open house. My name's Tony Palermo and I'm a department head of modern languages here at Villanova. And within the modern languages department, we have our famous French immersion program. So tonight, the reason why you are here is to get some more information with regards to our French immersion program. You will get an overview of the program, and we're also going to talk about the courses that we offer in the French immersion program. We're also going to talk about the academic, personal, and cultural benefits of our program, some misconceptions that exist out there, and I think the most important part is that we're going to have some student testimonials of students who are currently here and students who have graduated from our program. Donc bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue ce soir à notre première et espérons que c'est notre dernière maison ouverte virtuelle. Je m'appelle Tony Palermo et je suis le chef de département des langues modernes ici, et dans notre programme ou département, on a notre fameux programme d'immersion. Ce soir, vous allez apprendre au sujet de notre programme, les cours qui sont offerts dans notre programme. On va aussi aller à travers des bénéfices académiques, culturels et personnels, certaines misconceptions, et aussi, je pense que c'est très important que vous allez entendre de certains étudiants qui sont présentement dans le programme et plusieurs qui ont gradué, les raisons pour lesquelles ils ont pris ce programme et qu'est-ce qu'ils font maintenant. Now, before we get started with our evening, if you look right here where my finger's pointing down, there is a link, and it's found in the description below. If you wouldn't mind taking 25 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds to fill in this particular form here. It's just a form that's asking about your email, the name of the student, your name, so we can provide you with all the information at the end of this presentation. And in the coming months, you'll probably get about 1 or 2 more emails, just kind of talking about dates for our open house here at Villanova, and also information with regarding to registration packages. So again, it's that link right there, but it's found below in the description part. Also, if you see at the top here, my email is found, oops, right over there, oh, this side, right up here. And if you have any questions during the presentation tonight or any clarifications you need, just email my email up there, Tony_Palermo at wecdsb.on.ca. And at the end of this presentation, we will answer all questions and clarify anything that you have. We have a couple people working with us tonight that will gather up these questions. So at any time, if you do have a question, just send it to that email up there. Now, we do have some pre-recorded comments that we want to share with you. And we're going to start off firstly with prayer by our campus minister, Miss Kathy Verardi. And that's going to be followed by some comments from our principal, Miss Amy Facineri, and our department head of special education, Miss Maggie Ducharme. So as you're filling that out, you can listen to these 3 pre-recorded comments, and then we'll get back to you right after that.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Dear God, this evening we welcome our grade 8 students and their families to our virtual grade 8 open house. We pray for blessing on these students and their families. We also ask that each of them are able to discover their gifts and talents that you have blessed them with. May they use these gifts for the benefit of others and realize the good in themselves. We pray this in Jesus' name. St. Thomas of Villanova, pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amy Facineri, and I'm the principal of St. Thomas of Villanova Catholic High School. Welcome to our virtual open house for our French Immersion program. Tonight, you're going to learn quite a bit about our program, and you're going to see our exceptional teachers highlighted. Our teachers are integral to the program because they're here to ensure that your sons and daughters are going to be successful throughout their high school experience and beyond. Upon graduation, you'll find that our students have incredible opportunities as they graduate from us fluent in both of our native languages. I hope that you have the opportunity to see everything that you want to see virtually through this platform, and thank you for coming.
Hello, thank you for joining us for this French Immersion open house. My name is Maggie Ducharme, and I am the department head of special education. I wanted to be here today to address those students who have IEPs and their families. Please know that we work very closely with the French Immersion program to provide for the needs of these students. Also, remember that they have other subjects such as math, science, and English, and we will work closely with you to ensure that their IEP needs are met and that you make the best choices possible for the pathway for these courses. We look so forward to working with you and your families. Please know that in choosing Villanova, you really are getting the best of both worlds, a solid education and French immersion, and extreme support and care with your son or daughter's IEP. Thank you.
So here I would like to start our presentation off by introducing our department. So again, my name's Tony Palermo, And I've been teaching here for 18 years in the French Immersion program. This is my 5th year as department head. So here at the school, I will teach histoire, géographie, religion, civisme, des cours de français. So a little bit of everything. On the most part, I will teach history, geography, religion, civics. I went to École Primaire Saint-Edmond, and then I went to high school at École Secondaire Lessard. I went on to university to study history and French, and right away, because of my French, I was hired here at the young age of 23 years old. So encore, bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Monsieur Palermo. Je suis le chef de département ici. Ça fait déjà 18 années que j'enseigne ici à l'école. C'est ma 5e année comme chef du département. So ici à l'école, j'enseigne les cours de géographie, d'histoire, le civisme, la religion en 11e et 12e année. De temps en temps, j'enseigne aussi les cours de français. Je suis allé à l'école primaire Saint-Edmond et ensuite, je suis allé à l'école secondaire Lessard. Par la suite, en université, j'ai étudié en histoire et en français. Et grâce à le fait que j'avais le français, j'ai pu avoir un emploi ici à l'âge de 23 ans. Et depuis ce temps-là, je suis encore ici. So moving on to the rest of our department. And again, this presentation will mostly be done in English, just to accommodate the parents who may not speak French. We have Alexandre Cléban, as you can see here on the slide. Madame Cléban is one of our French immersion teachers. She also teaches careers, civics, and religion. And Madame Cléban was actually born and raised in France, and French is her mother tongue. So she came to us about 5 years ago. Her major is en français. And again, the more important part, which is again one of the misconceptions, is that, they don't speak French there. No, of course we do. Madame Cléban is a perfect example of that. Mr. Barron is our next teacher. He's our young buck on staff. Mr. Barron went to a full French grade school and pursued French immersion in high school. Mr. Barron did take French in university as well, but he is also a human kinetics major. So he'll teach leadership, phys ed courses, but he also teaches our senior Français courses here at the school. Lisa Spada has been here for 21 years. She is one of our main Français teachers. So she'll teach the French immersion, so Français courses, and she also teaches FSL, French courses as well. Madame Yolanda Magelli, she is an FSL teacher. She mostly teaches our FSL program, but from time to time she'll teach French immersion religion. And again, Madame Magelli has over 20 years experience here at Villanova as well. And finally, we have Madame Sanda, Madame Livia Sanda, who's been here for a couple years with us. She transferred over here. Madame Sanda, again, French is her mother tongue. She teaches mathematics, and she'll teach grade 9 and 10 Français as part of our immersion program. So as you can see, all of our staff in our program have either majored in the language, we've majored in French, but we've been speaking French our entire lives. So we are fluent in the language. We are qualified to be French teachers. And again, I'm just saying that because there always is some misconceptions because they hear French immersion, that it may not be entirely in French, but French immersion, you do have full French teachers that teach here. We're going to move on to our courses now that we are offered at this, in our program. But before that, we want to present to you a quick video that kind of gives you an overview of the courses that we have offered here at the school. And after that, I'll get more into detail of what these courses entail. So enjoy. Still the same one.
Dear God, this evening we welcome our grade 8 students and their families to our virtual grade 8 open house. We pray for blessing on these students and their families.
I decided to come to Villanova because I like the multi-dimensional aspects that the school has to offer.
My mother and my brother came here, and also the moment I walked in the building, I felt like everyone wanted me here, and I just felt very welcomed.
My cousins, my brother, and my sister all went to Villanova. I saw how much fun they had in class and how they learned, and I wanted to follow in their footsteps.
I came to Villanova for multiple reasons. One of them being that they offer a French immersion program, so I can continue my studies in French while also learning in English.
J'ai été attiré par les programmes d'art et d'athlétisme, les départements rigoureux de mathématiques et de sciences, la culture du programme d'immersion en français.
Hi, my name's Tony Palermo. I'm the department head of modern languages here at St. Thomas of Villanova. Within the modern languages department, we have our French immersion program where students will take 10 courses entirely in French through their 4 years here at Villanova. At the end of grade 12, they will receive a French immersion certificate. In grade 9, students will take le cours de géographie, de français et de religion. In grade 10, students will take le cours d'histoire, de civisme et choix de carrière, et de français. In grade 11, students will take le cours de français et de religion. In grade 12, students will take le cours de religion et de français. There are many academic benefits to the French immersion program here at Villanova.
Being that I will be pursuing a post-secondary education in medical sciences at an English university, one of the major advantages of French immersion is the ability to maintain my high level of French while still taking my math and science courses in English.
Pour moi, alors, à une école où nous parlons seulement une langue toute la journée n'était pas compétent pour moi. Je valorise mes deux langues nationales également, alors une école qui offre les deux langues équitablement était le meilleur choix.
French immersion program has definitely benefited me in my post-secondary education. Honestly, I wouldn't have this job without my French immersion background.
Also opens the doors to many jobs. There's so many students who graduated from our program who are now doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers, etc.
It helped me develop a passion for French. I pursued it all throughout my university career.
Je veux surtout tendre le programme technologique avec le programme de Google.
Everybody in our program uses Chromebooks, uses apps, websites in order to help the students better interact with one another.
Coming here and meeting everyone from different areas of the county really opened up my circle of friends.
J'ai rencontré la plupart de mes meilleurs amis dans mes cours d'immersion parce que nous avons beaucoup en commun en ce qui concerne nos expériences avec l'école élémentaire.
I have had the chance to make so many new friends at Villanova. I find myself having the opportunity to meet new people all the time.
J'ai été très chanceux d'avoir été enseigné par le meilleur enseignant.
From a teaching standpoint, I get to know my students inside out. I get to know their strengths, their weaknesses, and we get to work with that.
You're a lot more relaxed when it comes to projects and presentations because these are people you know.
One thing we do here at Villanova is we take a trip to Quebec every 2 years during the Carnaval in February. And what better way to showcase your language than to speak French the entire time you were there?
J'ai 100% pris la bonne décision en choisissant le programme d'immersion.
I've had the ability to grow intellectually and spiritually with the same group of students since grade 9.
The French immersion program is a community within a community.
Où tout le monde a une place.
I just want to apologize about the little technical difficulty there. The man who was in charge has been thrown out of the building and we've replaced him right away with somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. So the French immersion program has, you will take a total of 10 courses in the French immersion program. So if we start right away in grade 9, each student will take 3 courses entirely in French. So they will have le cours de français, le cours de religion, and le cours de géographie. Now again, I must stress this, they are taught entirely in French, 100%. Le cours de français, for example, we still will be reading 2 novels. As you can see there on the slideshow, some include like Zone, Florence, Le Petit Nicolas, some books that we read when we were in high school. One of our major focuses though in our français is oral communication. We really want to develop that into our students because you know what, most of them speak English at home, English with their friends, and the French that they're getting is at school. So we really want to stress that. We do focus on grammar. Each unit will focus on grammar, but long gone are the days that we're just going to sit here and write out grammar worksheets for the entire period. Our focus is on oral communication with an importance of grammar, but we also want to keep the literature and the reading and the listening activities present. Like early on in grade 9, we will start off each course with just current events. Let's talk about what's going on. Discussion with the entire class, 10, 15 minutes. That's how you get them going, get them speaking constantly, not just answering questions, but actually having a discussion. So religion, another course, like I said, in grade 9. And in geography, we have the brand new textbook. Everything is 100% in French. We speak to our students in French, they speak to us in French, and we expect them to speak to each other in French. So one thing we try and do as well, and 95% of the time this works, we always try and make sure that they have at least 2 one semester and 1 the next. There's been times where some students have had all 3 in 1 semester, just depending on what their electives are, but 95% of the time it works out where they're at least going to have 1 French immersion course in one of the semesters. So moving on to grade 10, same thing, we have the cours de français. Again, we focus on literature, an emphasis on grammar, but again, the oral communication, we start writing essays as well, opinionated essays, and we take it to the next step when it comes to oral communication. We want to try some roundtable discussions, because once they get to grade 11 and grade 12, they're going to start doing some debates. Mr. Barron, for example, has been doing debates with his grade 11 class the past 3 or 4 years, has done an excellent job. Like, these kids aren't just reading, they're thinking outside the box, like thinking of what to say next. And that's what we really want to develop here for these students. And in grade 10, they will be taking the cours d'histoire, which is my course. I absolutely love that course. And they will take careers and civics. I did the careers section of it. They will learn how to write a resume. They will learn how to write a cover letter in French. And actually one of their assignments is they actually have an interview with a teacher. They're making a job application and have an actual interview where the teacher will ask them 5 questions. Again, not just direct questions, but questions to make them think outside the box. So grade 10, once again, we will make sure that they have at least 1 of those courses in 1 semester and 2 in the next. As they branch off to grade 11, we are well aware that by this point you have to start choosing courses that will lead you towards university or college. So at this point, they will have 2 courses in French immersion. 1 semester, they'll have the cours de français, and the next semester, they will have the cours de religion, which is la religion du monde, world religions. And then again, like I said, a lot of these kids have to start branching off. They have to take specific science courses, specific math courses. So we want to make sure that the French is there, but they will have 1 of each. And then in grade 12, same thing. They will have the cours de français, which will finalize their 4 French courses. And then they will have the cours de religion, which is social justice, in grade 12. We are thinking about adding an elective here where they could possibly choose another French course to take. And this will come in the next year or 2, and it'll probably be in one of their senior level classes. So again, a total of 10 courses that they will take in the French immersion program, and possibly an elective that we will introduce in the next couple of years. So again, if you have any questions during this presentation, just shoot an email. We'll clarify anything, and at the end of the presentation, we will answer whatever questions you have. So on to the academic benefits. This picture, I really love this picture right here that's shown, because down the street from us we have St. Joseph's French Immersion. And over the past 3 years, we've had them come over here and write Santa letters with our French Immersion kids. So they sit there with some of our students, and our students help them write these letters. But these kids are staring at them in awe because they're hearing them speak, and they're fluent, right? At this point, they're like, wow, you speak really well. And like, well, one day, you know, in about a year, you're going to be in that same boat, speaking French with your friends and with your family. So I really love this day, and it really gets, our kids become the role models in this sense here. And with the academic benefits, the students will maintain fluency in French. People say by coming to an English high school, they will lose their French. That is absolutely wrong. Because, quite frankly, I went to Lesource. And yes, all my courses were in French, and I do not regret going to Lesource. Don't get me wrong. I love my experience in high school. But my point is, when I was walking in the hallways, was I speaking to my friends in French? In class, when I was talking to my friends, was I speaking to them in French? My phys ed courses or my sports, it was the classes that you spoke French in. So if they think you're going to lose your French, it's not the case at all. One of the biggest benefits, academic benefits at our school, is that you will acquire your maths and your sciences in English. The transition from grade 8 to grade 9, as opposed to 12 to university or college, are a little bit easier when you're doing it from grade 8 to grade 9. Does that mean that if you went to a full French high school like Lesource or La Jeunesse, that you would completely crumble university? Absolutely not. But many people like the fact that if they think they're going to pursue a university or college in English, they would rather make that transition in grade 8 to grade 9 with reference to the terms and stuff, as opposed to 12 to university. The program opens doors to various possibilities in the job market. I can pretty much guarantee you that the students that are watching this right now, that you've probably had at least 1 or 2 teachers that have been part of my program, guaranteed. So that proves to me that we are doing a great job in our program, because they continue on with their education in French and they go on to become teachers, to become doctors, to become lawyers. There are so many jobs. Every job that I've had since I was in high school up until now is because of French and maintaining that French. The Immersion program also provides an endless amount of possibilities in selecting post-secondary education programs. And later on in the testimonials, you're going to hear some of our students who went on to law school, who got bursaries because of their French language, and really use it to their advantage. So moving on here, as you can see right here, to the right, Remembrance Day. We have a large assembly, a big assembly here every year during Remembrance Day. And my class, my grade 10 class, is always asked to be part of it, because our class are the readers. They do the readings in English and in French. And it's such a beautiful sight to see, where my students can actually, speak in both languages and provide the readings in English and in French. And obviously, Journée Franco-Ontarienne, we love to celebrate that every year. That's a picture from last year, our 4 groups that were celebrating that. Take that very seriously, and we're very proud of our French culture. Cultural benefits. Fluency in Canada's 2 official languages, obviously is very important. Exposure to a variety of cultures, increasing the students' literary repertoire. So again, like throughout our Français courses, we're going to read some novels, and many of them Canadian authors, and they're going to get, a sense of, the literacy and the writings in Ontario and in Canada and in Europe. And again, increasing future employment opportunities with the cultural benefits. And one of the things we do actually every 2 years here is that we take a trip to Quebec. We go during the Carnival in February. And what better way to really showcase your language and to show off your language, to speak French the entire time you are there. Now, obviously, it's not for everyone. Everyone can't afford to go there, but everyone who does absolutely loves that trip. It's a highlight of their high school career, going during Carnival, because everyone's speaking French. So we speak French with them. It's absolutely phenomenal. And finally, our personal benefits. And this is the part that probably why kids love this program so much. Within the French Immersion program, you will have smaller class sizes. You're going to be with the same students. Now, our program is very large now, but you will have a lot of the same students in a lot of your classes. So you become very comfortable with the kids in the class, and you're going to meet new friends as soon as you get here. Many of you are from Monseigneur Caron, Saint-Jean-Baptiste, Saint-Ursule, St. Mary's, French Immersion. Some are from St. Anne's, some are from Sandwich West Public. And once you come together in a class, you're going to meet new friends. A lot of my students, like hundreds of my students who have graduated, are still best friends with the kids they were in French Immersion with. You are more comfortable with your oral presentations in the class. And as a teacher, I get to know my students. I get to know their strengths, their weaknesses. And again, we understand that we have many academic, we have many applied, and we work with that. We work with you. We know your strengths, we know your weaknesses. You can feel comfortable to ask us anything, to shoot us an email if you need deadlines. That's the benefit of our program. Like sometimes I teach, like the grade 12 group this year, this is my 6th time that I've taught them. And they're a great bunch, and I've watched them grow up right from grade 9 until now. I know them inside out. And they're just, a phenomenal group. So again, you meet long-lasting friendships that will carry on after high school. And like I say, I like to use the term, we are a community within a community. This picture right here that you see on your screen, for example, is the grade 12 group from last year. Every year in grade 12, we go to Oxley with our campus minister, Ms. Kathy Verardi, and we spend the whole day there. And it really is a refreshing day because it's just a relaxed, we play games, it's relaxed, we have lunch together, and we've been together for 4 years, and it's awesome. We have a great time that day. This group right here from 3 years ago, they wanted to, at the end of, after graduation, the day after, they wanted to go to Spagos, as a dinner to kind of symbolize the end of our 4 years together. And it's exactly what we did. We had a great time at Spagos that night. And even starting in grade 9, in the next picture, you're going to see last year's group. Actually, this group is in grade 10 right now. Last year we were involved in the can drive, and we were able to raise nearly 500 canned goods for the needed community. And we came together, we worked together, and we actually won. I think we won a pizza party or something like that. But what a great accomplishment there. So again, all those kids are from different schools. They're not just from one school. They've all became close friends, and today in grade 10, many of them are very close. So every year I always like to have 2 or 3 speakers come in and speak to you on how the French Immersion program affected them. Now this year obviously we couldn't do that, so we actually asked some of them, current students and former students, if they could send a clip or a video of how the French Immersion program affected them, why they chose the program, what they're doing now. We were overwhelmed by the amount of videos that we received, so we were able to compile this into a little video, and you're going to see now what the French Immersion program here at Villanova meant to them. Enjoy.
Originally, I didn't want to go to Villanova because all my friends were going to a full French school, but my brother was already going and we lived out in Amherstburg, so I decided to go. And honestly, I am so glad that I did. This French immersion program allowed me to practice my French every semester for 4 years, not only maintaining my French, but improving upon it with the amounts of presentations that we had to do and the essays we had to write.
J'ai choisi cette école puis ce programme à cause que je voulais pratiquer mon français, but I wanted to take my maths and sciences in English.
This was especially important because I knew I would be pursuing a post-secondary education at an English university, so I wanted to make sure my math and science courses were taught in that same language.
The immersion program is not just advanced French classes, but it affords you the opportunity to study and learn subjects in another language, significantly deepening your fluency.
Le programme m'a donné l'opportunité de garder mon français ainsi que de participer dans plusieurs activités mémorables. J'avais l'opportunité de voyager à Québec dans la 10e année, participer dans les activités à chaque an pour la journée franco-ontarienne, sortir à un musée aux États-Unis et plus.
Some of my most memorable moments in high school étaient à cause du programme d'Immersion, and my most memorable moment of high school était le voyage de Québec.
Jusqu'à date, mon expérience à Villanova est incroyable. J'ai fait de très belles amies et j'ai eu la chance de faire partie de beaucoup différents clubs et équipes de sport.
The French Immersion program is truly a fantastic avenue for your education. You will grow academically, linguistically, and it doesn't look too shabby on a resume either. The secret benefit are the teachers. They're awesome, and most only teach in this program, so you'll have the exclusive access.
Also, our teachers were really good with keeping us on top of our French in classes, making us speak French constantly in those classes, which I truly appreciated.
I was supported because there were certain teachers that would go out of their way to help you.
Chaque année, j'ai de grande confiance, sachant que j'aurai des professeurs qui non seulement sont clairs dans leurs leçons, mais nous enseignent de manière qui nous permet de continuer nos compétences en français.
The teachers truly cared about their students, and it felt as though I was always being supported, whether I was currently in that teacher's class or not throughout the entire 4 years.
At Villanova, there's a great sense of community, especially in the French Immersion program, where everyone gets along and is kind to one another and are very supportive of each other.
Deciding which high school to go to is no easy task, and I know firsthand how intimidating a school as large as Villanova can be when you're only in grade 8.
Last year, I met a lot of different people in the immersion class, and I became friends with them very quickly.
And having that group of people made it less intimidating. By the end of 4 years, we were like one big family. We were all way too comfortable with each other.
So develop a family of sorts with them, albeit dysfunctional at times.
Je suis encore amie avec plusieurs personnes que j'ai rencontrées dans mon premier cours en 9e année.
My favorite high school memories are from the French Immersion program, one of them being the Quebec trip that we were fortunate enough to go on. It was amazing, and I have memories that'll last me a lifetime.
Je suis reconnaissant au programme d'Immersion à Villanova pour m'avoir permis de renforcer mes capacités en français, tout en créant des mémoires incroyables et des amitiés durables
Also, this program allowed me to develop amazing friendships that I still have carried with me because our group was so close that, you know, we had the same classes every semester together.
Les enseignants en charge de la programme deviennent votre famille. Like Mr. Palermo always says, it's a community within a community. You feel at home and welcomed every step of the way and always have someone to turn to.
After I graduated from high school, I went to McMaster to study health sciences, and now I'm in medicine at the University of Toronto. I am so glad that I did the French Immersion program because it set me up to continue to practice my French and improve, which led me to practicing in undergrad and now using French wherever I can around my clinical environment in the hospitals.
French Immersion program has also aided me immensely in my post-secondary endeavors. I was accepted to multiple law schools in the United Kingdom and have received scholarships for being bilingual. Having both French and English is an incredible gift, and I would without a doubt recommend the French Immersion program to any grade A student.
Since leaving Villanova, I've completed the B2 DELF exam and also held health policy internships that required fluid French abilities, all without difficulty.
Alors, en résumé, je crois vraiment que ce programme a ouvert le plus d'opportunités pour moi et je suis très reconnaissante pour ça. Alors, merci, thank you.
So we hope you enjoyed that particular video. And again, like their experiences, you know, speak for themselves right over there. Now going back to the personal benefits for a second, obviously this year we can't do this, but last year we started this, and every Wednesday we had something called Club de Devoir, where anyone in the French Immersion program was able to come to my room actually, and each one of us, one of our teachers took a week, and we were able to help them with any homework that they had within one of the French Immersion courses they had. So it was Géographie, Histoire, Français. Again, it just goes to show you, like, we care for our students, we want to help them, we want to see them succeed. And they had that opportunity to come and get that help from us. So finally, one of the last things I want to talk about, you probably heard it in the video quickly, and that's a Common European Framework. So the Common European Framework provides a comprehensive overview of competencies that French language learners need to develop in order to communicate and interact effectively. It presents levels of language proficiency starting at the basic level of A1, continuing to A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. And within that Common European Framework, if we go to the next slide, they have something called the DELF exam. The DELF exam is an assessment of proficiency from an external lens that is outside the required component of the regular French as a second language program. So here, students would take this test. It's called the DELF test, and actually it's relatively new within our school board the last 5 or 6 years. And we've been sending approximately 5 or 6 students from our school every year to write this DELF exam. It's a listening, written, and oral exam. So students that come from, for example, a full French grade school or French immersion grade school will write the B2 level exam. That means that they are independent, fluent in the language. C1 and C2 are for students who actually are born and raised in Quebec or in France. A1, A2 are mostly geared towards French as a second language. So B2 is the highest level there, means that they're independent. So once these kids write this test, and like right now, like I said, we've been sending 5 or 6 kids to write the test. The test costs $200. But in the end, as you can see there, they would receive a certificate, and that gets put into their resume for the rest of their life. That just tells you that they are fluent in the French language, and employers see that and they're like, okay, we don't have to send this person for training. We don't have to see if they speak French. That certificate shows that. Now this is getting much bigger and bigger here in Windsor. They're doing these tests every year in Toronto. And by the time your students, your kids get here, every year they're sending more and more to write this test. And of the about 30 or 35 that have written so far from Villanova, they've all passed with flying colors. And we prepare them very well for this, starting from grade 9 all the way to grade 12. So again, in the end, I will send everyone an email with more information about the Common European Framework and the DELF exam. And again, if you do decide to come here, you will get more information for that as they are here. So just to conclude, okay, so there's no questions. I mean, if you do have a question, again, you can still type it out. But just to conclude my part then, in my hand here I have a registration package. Some of you already have a son or daughter here at Villanova, and I've been giving them this package in order to fill out, and you would return this to me. Now, If you would like a registration package, there are two ways of getting it. This does not mean that you have chosen Villanova as your destination, but it would be just good to have because if you are part of the feeder school, for example, St. Mary's, you will have access to this already because you are a feeder school. But those who are from the French board, you won't have this. So there's two ways of getting it. Number one, if you do know someone here at the school, we could provide them with this package and they can give it to you. Or if you don't feel safe doing that, if you email me again at that address that you have there and tell me your name, I will write your name on here. We will put it in the main office and you can come by at any time at our window in the office and say, I'm here to pick up a registration package for so-and-so, and that'll be there for you. All the information on the courses they would take, they would fill out in here. Everything is straightforward. You would return this, duotang this folder, and this would register them for the following year. I strongly encourage you all to check out the rest of the open houses. I mean, if you've made up your mind right away as to where you want to go, if it's here, your destination, then I would advise you to get a registration package, fill it out, get it in as soon as possible. But again, I would advise check out the rest of the schools. All the schools around here are fantastic. Now, we're very proud of our program. We love our program. We're very proud of everything we have accomplished here. But I would advise, don't wait too long to sign up whichever school you choose, because most packages come in by February. And at that point, that's where scheduling starts. So if you wait, for example, till June to decide where you're going, chances are you might not get into the classes that you want, or there might not be enough room for you in the program. So by that point, you should have an idea where you want to go. So again, if you'd like a registration package, you can email me and say, my name is so-and-so. I will put it down in the main office with your name on it, and you can come and pick it up. Or if you know somebody here who you would like me to leave it with, we can give it to them as well. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. And if you don't feel comfortable asking a question now and you want to ask a question or email me or call us here at the school, feel free to do so at any time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Stay safe, and hopefully we will see you next year as a Wildcat. Have a good night, everybody.